Okay, I think we're recording. Welcome to Team Call. Today is Monday, July 29th, a day that a lot of us have been looking forward to for a really long time. Morning Meltdown 100 dropped today. Actually, I think they launched the workouts I looked on Saturday and they were there, but most of us officially started today. I don't really have any announcements outside of Morning Meltdown 100 started today. And don't forget that the 3 promo codes that you were given, if you are an active coach, you should have gotten them via email, that those will expire at 11:59 Pacific time on Wednesday. So Pacific time, I think that's Eastern, whatever, before midnight Eastern time zone. So I think that's like 10:59 Central, so on and so forth. But those are the only 2 kind of real announcements that I had. What I wanted to talk to you ladies tonight about is Morning Meltdown 100. I know we've, weeks ago, maybe even a couple months ago when we talked about the launch of Morning Meltdown 100, we talked a lot about utilizing a launch like this one to grow and build your business or to kind of relaunch your business, so on and so forth. But I feel like we mainly kind of focus specifically on strategy as far as getting information to people and getting them signed up and kind of what that process looks like. And tonight I wanted to specifically talk about, regardless of whether you started Morning Meltdown 100 today or regardless of whether you have no intentions of starting it, I hope tonight will change your mind. Just know that you didn't have to start today in order to start at some point. So I'm hopeful that kind of the things that we talk about tonight will allow you to see the value in doing this program for yourself and in turn your business. And then I have a couple kind of training things that I want to talk about at the end. So Morning Meltdown 100, the launch of this program makes me think back to the launch of 80-Day Obsession. Now we've had a few programs launch since 80-Day Obsession. We've had Lift 4, we've had Transform 20, but there was just something different about the 80-Day Obsession launch that really just was a really pivotal point in a lot of coaches' businesses. And that's really how I feel Morning Meltdown has been, can be, will be for a lot of coaches on our team. So, and I have personally seen a lot of success this month with the launch of the program. So I wanted to just kind of talk through how I feel like personally this program can really change the course of your own journey and in turn your business. And what I mean by that is, we talk all the time about how our own journeys come first and we are our number 1 priorities. And in order to serve other people, we have to serve ourselves. But I feel like we so oftentimes get wrapped up in the logistics of business, right? Like hitting Success Club or rank advancing or signing new coaches or listening to the National Wake Up Call or showing up to Team Call or watching this training in the Beachbody Champions page or getting this many leadership points, so on and so forth, that we really we kind of lose sight of what that making yourself a priority in terms of being a product of the product and focusing on your own journey, what that really means. And so I want to encourage you guys to, even if you've already started Morning Meltdown today, to really go all in with this program. Going all in looks very different to everybody. So whether that means like sticking to nutrition 100% and not missing a day of workouts, or whether that means like following an 80-20 rule and doubling up on workouts and taking some rest days, whatever going all in looks like to you and whatever that means to you, I want you to really make that commitment to yourself. We signed the little I commit in our books, and I had you guys share those in our team page today below my post. But I want you to really think about what this 100 workout journey can do for you and in turn your business. By really we talked a lot about leadership in our last call and kind of what that looks like and how we can't show up as a less than best version of ourselves and expect to serve others in the best way that we can. And that is what this 100-day journey is all about. It's transforming yourself from the inside out, right? And I'm not talking about just having like a really awesome physical transformation side by side to show for all the hard work that you've put in for 100 workouts. But I'm talking about those photos where, you see the side by side of like the smile that has changed or the glow that has changed, or honestly just how lives have changed in general, because when we feel like we are our best selves, it really does filter into every other parts of our life, including our business. And Morning Meltdown 100, the fact that it is 100 workouts, you can structure it, in whatever way kind of fits your life or your lifestyle. And it comes with a really basic nutrition guide, or you can follow Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, the Performance Stack, the Shakeology, all of the kind of moving parts and pieces that are incorporated into the program. These are things that you can be showing your followers and the people who are watching your journey along the way, so that you can inspire them to want to go on this journey with you at some point. So that's kind of what I want to talk through, is specific things that I'm doing to show up every single day in a really consistent way that's going to force new conversations with people I've either already had conversations with, but maybe not about my boot camps, new followers, new connections that I'm making, and things like that. So first and foremost, the program obviously puts an emphasis on your mornings, right? Creating kind of a really solid morning routine to get your mindset right, get your perspective on the day right, set really good intentions for the day, and get your workout done early so that those endorphins are flowing, so that you're really just ultimately setting yourself up for a really successful day. However, we know that it's not really conducive to everybody's lifestyle. We have nurses who work 12-hour shifts, or we have people who work nights, or mamas with newborns who are up all night, or, don't really have control over their schedule, whatever the case may be. We know that there are some uncontrollable factors that will maybe make this not feasible for somebody to do in the morning. However, I want you as a coach on this team to really take a hard look at your mornings and to really ask yourself if you can and are and plan to following kind of the intended process of Morning Meltdown 100 as far as the morning routine part is concerned. Do you have the intention of doing that? They had us write like what our perfect morning routine would look like as one of the very first activities. Or are you just telling yourself that you're not a morning person, that you don't have enough time in the morning, and you're kind of leaving it up to chance throughout the course of the day? So first of all, I want you to start with asking yourself that question first and foremost. Most of you know I have I don't know if she's considered a newborn anymore, but she's almost 5 months old, and she totally controls my schedule, especially during the day. However, the night is pretty unpredictable too. Sometimes she wakes up at 2 or 3 for a bottle and goes back to sleep till 8 or 9. This morning she slept through the night till 6. I never really know. So my plan with creating a morning that's really powerful is setting my alarm for 5:30 and kind of playing it by ear with how the night went, how the morning's going, but really doing everything in my power, and not just saying that I'm doing everything in my power, to have a really solid morning routine. Now, here's the thing. I'm obviously doing that for myself because I used to really thrive on my mornings before pregnancy and postpartum and all of that fun jazz that kind of took that away from me. But not only that, is I'm showing up in my Instagram stories and on social media while I'm doing those specific behaviors to show other people that they can do it too. And it is the ultimate accountability system. This entire program is the ultimate accountability system. And so whenever I say that by doing Morning Meltdown 100, you're working on yourself and your business kind of cohesively at the same time, I'm doing the 3-day refresh right now, and I feel like this is a really good example of this. If I would not have told my stories yesterday and this morning that I'm doing the 3-day refresh, and that on Wednesday I will show them side by side as to what you can accomplish physically, as far as like bloat and inflammation and things like that are concerned over the course of 3 days, there's a good chance that I probably would have given up today. Or even if I wouldn't have given up today, I'd probably give up tomorrow. And today I probably would have like totally went off plan and kind of tweaked it way too much to where it's really not even a 3-day refresh. However, I told my followers that on Wednesday or Thursday, I guess, that they would see the results of me sticking to the 3-day refresh for 3 days in a row. Like, that is holding me accountable, right? And not only that, I'm able to show them exactly what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, what the 3-day refresh looks like, so that I can set it up to where the day after Labor Day, the Tuesday after Labor Day, a holiday weekend, I can run a little 3-day refresh group, and they've already seen what it looks like. So perfect example, kind of aside from Morning Meltdown, as to how one, I'm working on myself, right? Like, I need the 3-day refresh right now because I ate like a total jerk this weekend, and I'm more bloated than I've been since I was pregnant. So I'm doing it for me, and I want to feel good as I start this Morning Meltdown 100 program. So I'm doing it for me. It's the ultimate accountability system for me because I'm showing people and telling people what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And then on Thursday, I will be able to share with people kind of the results of that to set myself up for, I apologize for the dinging, you guys. I don't know how to turn my text notifications off on my iMac. On Thursday, I will have results to show for the work that I've done over the past 3 days to set myself up for a group in September. That's a business move, right? And the same thing is true with what we can do with Morning Meltdown 100. Regardless of how much you've worked your business in the past, how much you're working it right now, how much you're showing up, how much you're sharing, I want you to make a commitment to yourself to start sharing right now, or whenever your day one on Morning Meltdown is. Share what you're eating. Share, if you're not running a boot camp, get in a boot camp. Like, let me know. We can get you hooked up. Share what you're eating. Share clips of your workout. Share your B100 book. Just literally share what you're doing. And make a commitment to yourself that you're going to be real, raw, honest, and vulnerable throughout the course of the 100 workouts. Because like I just kind of talked about with the 3-day refresh that I'm doing, it's the ultimate accountability system, right? Like if you're telling people I'm going to complete 100 workouts, I don't really know what that looks like as far as days are concerned or when I'll build in rest days or whatever. But mark my word that at some point in the near future, all 100 of these little boxes on my dry erase calendar are going to be crossed off because I'm making a commitment to myself. And then business-wise, show up every single day and hold yourself accountable. Let other people hold yourself accountable and show them the work that you're putting in and day out. So at the end of those 100 workouts, you will have a transformation internally and externally to show people, to give them the motivation that they need to get started on their journey. And I can promise you, it's not going to take a full you completing 100 workouts before somebody decides that they want to jump on this bandwagon with you. Which kind of brings me to my next point of ensuring that you are always running groups back to back. Even if you're not running a Morning Meltdown 100 group, I started my Morning Meltdown 100 group today, and I also have a 21-day group that started prep today that will officially kick off on Monday. And I run those back to back to back no matter what launch group I'm doing, because not everybody's going to want to do Morning Meltdown. Not everybody, this is not going to be the program for everybody. Although I think everybody has a place in this program, not everybody is going to see it that way. And so as you're sharing your journey and you're talking to people about their specific goals and how that is aligned with what you do as a coach and how you can best help them and serve them, they may want to get plugged into a group right then. And if you're not starting a group until you're done with these 100 workouts, then you could be missing a chance to really help somebody get plugged in right then. And so I want to encourage you guys to be sure that you have a group going at all times as well. What else do I want to share? I hope that all makes sense as far as you really seeing the value and how this program will not only make you your best self, it will hold you accountable publicly to complete all of these workouts and to do, your best and to really go all in with this program. But that showing up every single day and sharing what that 100 workout journey and process looks like can totally change your business in a crazy amount of ways. And that is what 80 Day Obsession did for me. It was the first really long program that I did once I started sharing my journey. And so every day, whether it was just like me, doing the 1 out of 80, 2 out of 80, 8 out of 80, people would be like, what the heck is this 80-day thing that you're doing? Like, tell me more about it. So it's going to intrigue people to start asking you questions. They're going to want to know more. And you're going to really be able to show your journey while you're in the midst of it. And that is something that people really connect to. We always talk to our new coaches or people who are thinking about signing up as coaching. Everybody feels like they have to wait till they have some kind of big transformation before they can commit to coaching, when really the trust is going to be built in the journey. And that is really what this opportunity is giving us. And outside of that, you get to become a really freaking awesome version of yourself if you really do go all in with this program and commit to it. So some of the things that I am going to be doing, I noticed, we were at Summit and I was talking to Carol about this. Before I quit my full-time job, and I would wake up at 3:45 in the morning, sometimes earlier because I had night school, worked all day out of the home. I got so many messages in my inbox on Instagram about how early I was getting up and the things that I would do during that morning routine that inspired people. So I would wake up, I would do my personal development. I would do what I called a coffee chat, which was literally just a takeaway from my personal development. And then I would do a 1-hour power hour, and then I'd get my workout done and I'd go on about my day. And I wouldn't touch my business again unless I absolutely had to whenever I got home. But that created a lot of conversation around what it was that I was doing and why I was waking up so early, which led to the conversation of me wanting to quit my full-time job because of this opportunity. So I kind of sat down and I reflected on some things that I felt like really helped my business grow at that point when I had a really solid morning routine. And like I said, I know all of our mornings are different. So I'm not saying like this is something that you have to do to grow your business. But if this doesn't work for you, I want you to think about how you can utilize kind of these specific tactics in a way that does work for you. And so one thing that I would do is I would wake up, and as soon as I would wake up, I would take a selfie in the mirror and I would put the timestamp on it because that was proving what time I was waking up. The next thing that I would do is I would share a takeaway from my personal development because that was the very first thing that I would do is read my personal development. So I would share like a little picture of that and underline some things. And then the next thing I would do is I would flip my camera around and I would record a video where I would literally just talk. I would call it my coffee chat and I would share my takeaway from my personal development. I had my coffee in my hand and it was like the same thing every single morning. After I did that, I just kind of like threw it out there that I was going to get some work done for about an hour. And then, my baby's crying. Hold on, I need to mute my microphone. Whew, okay. Sorry about that. I had to make sure Dad had it handled. So anyways, it was the same thing every single morning. Then I would show clips of my workout and then I would say something about, you know, like I would take another selfie of me dressed, ready to go to work, maybe a few things throughout the day. And then whenever I get home, it was like strictly family time or school. So, what I've decided to do now is kind of go back to that because like I said, it did spark a lot of conversation with people asking me what in the heck it was that I was doing. And also when people get to a point to where they decide that they need a new routine, they need consistency, they need some motivation or just kind of a kick in the butt, they are going to think about you if you are showing up every single day in a really consistent way. So I think about people, you know, other coaches that I follow on social media, and there's a few of them that really stick out in my mind as far as super consistent behaviors that you'll see in their stories every single day and in a really specific way that's really conducive to their personality. So that is what I have really started to focus my attention on as we kind of go into Morning Meltdown 100. And like I said, hashtag new mom life. So my every morning will look different. But in my book, I wrote down what my perfect morning looked like. And a few of the things that I noted was that I would not hit snooze. I would get out of bed by 5:35. I would have my face washed, my teeth brushed, and my workout clothes on by 6 o'clock, like ready to go, whether that was ready to go, like feed the baby or drink my Energize and read my book and start my workout, whatever that morning plan kind of looked like. And so I kind of made a list of a few things that I want to be sure I'm posting consistently on my story every single day. So the first thing is a selfie in the mirror of me in my workout clothes with a timestamp proving that I got up at a certain time. And I did that this morning. The next thing is me pouring my Energize in a cup. The next is a picture of my water, my Energize, and my personal development book. I'm so sorry, God, my baby crying. The next is a screenshot of my personal development, like with an underlying takeaway that I want my followers to read. And then I will talk a little bit about the workout that I'm doing that day, since I'm going to be getting my workout done first thing in the morning. And then the next thing is I will take a picture of the screen when the workout name pops up so that they can kind of get in the habit of seeing what that screen looks like with my workout on it. I will show snippets of my workout. I will do a video of me putting my little sticker or crossing off my day on my calendar. And then I'll just kind of do a little few snippets of things throughout the day. But that's my consistent morning routine, okay? My mirror selfie with a timestamp, pouring my Energize into a cup with some music, a picture of my water, my Energize, and my book, a screenshot takeaway from my personal development, talking about my workout with a picture of the workout being popped up on the screen, my actual workout clips, crossing or putting a sticker on my workout calendar. That's my morning routine. That is what I want people to expect to see on my Instagram stories when they come there every single day, right? Because that's going to prove that I'm super consistent in my own journey and in turn can be super consistent in helping them with theirs. Something else that I wanted to put on my story every day was I do like a little daily dose of Tilly thing, like where she's like talking when she wakes up. And that is something that I get a lot of feedback from. People love like hearing her talk and seeing her. And I feel like it helps them get to know me a little bit better. So that is something that I will put on my stories every day. And then I also want to start putting a picture of like my workout clothes laid out at night with like, as like my final kind of Instagram story for the night. And so those are just some things that I'm going to be implementing during Morning Meltdown 100 to show people that regardless of what life phase you're in or what you have going on, you can create a really consistent morning routine that really does make an impact in what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So like I said, you do not have to do any or all of those things, but I want you to just think about kind of that perception that other people are going to have when they look at your stories and when they see, you know, your Instagram feed and when they see your posts. Whenever they do get to a point in their journey, in their life, where they're ready to start on their journey, what is going to make them think of you, right? Like what's going to make them say, oh, Kenna, yeah, like that's who can help me, you know, get some motivation. Or what's going to make them think like, oh, Farrell, she shows up every single day. Like I know she'll show up for me. Or Brittany, she does those crazy, like scary workouts, but if she can do it, I can do it kind of thing. Or Adrian or Heather or whoever. Like what is going to make people think of your name when they do make the decision to get started on their journey. The meal plan from the Dynasty Together page. How do we share that in our challenge groups? Yes, what Farrell said. What I did was I just saved it like whenever you click on it, it should just pop up as a PDF. I saved it to my desktop and then I got in the My Challenge Tracker portal, the coach portal, and you can upload it as a file, as a PDF. That's what I did. But you should be able to paste just the actual link in your group too. What else is that? I hope that all makes sense. I didn't have any notes to go off of. I was just kind of winging it. But basically what I wanted you to get out of this call is really making the decision and the commitment to go all in with Morning Meltdown 100, not only for your business, but for yourself. And promising yourself that you're going to show up daily, consistently, and in a way that is going to make people want to join you at some point, even before the 100 workouts are over. Outside of the fact that you're going to have, your life is going to be in a completely different space if you really do go all in with this program after the 100 workouts are over. And so I just kind of wanted to share some of the things that I was going to be doing to kind of trigger people to think of me as the girl who shows up every single day, no matter what kind of thing. And those are just some things that I used to do way back when, before I got too comfortable, that started a lot of conversations. And I know that it worked because when people would reach out to me to join a boot camp, they would say, okay, I know that you wake up at like 3:45 in the morning. I'm not doing that mess, but it obviously shows that you're super disciplined and super committed, and I need some of that. So like, can you help me, kind of thing. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't have to wake up at 3:45 in the morning. I'm not waking up at 3:45 in the morning. But just think of how in your life and what life phase you're in and where you're at in your own journey, how can you show up consistently every single day in a way that is going to force people to want to join you, basically. Yeah, that's all I got. You guys have any questions or any other ideas of how, of like specific things that you're going to be doing or that you want to do or anything? Cool. I'm super excited to be on this Morning Meltdown 100 journey with all of you ladies. I think everybody on here is starting Morning Meltdown 100. I don't think Kenna has started yet, but I think she's going to. It's going to be really great. I'm super pumped. I feel like these programs are always launched at like the most perfect time, like when each of us just really needs them the most for whatever reason. And I don't think that this one is any exception. So I will post this recording on the team page if you guys have any questions or need any help with anything, or if you haven't committed to Morning Meltdown 100 and you want to and you don't know where to start, let me know. I can help. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday evening and wish Farrell and I good luck on day 2 of the refresh. My only struggle so far is that I really want a beach bar. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a good rest of your night.